Alright, everybody, welcome to the video. Today, we're going to be making a rap song in about 10 minutes or so. That's the plan. So, let me start a timer on my phone here real quick. But I was reading about sports. But before I do that, I want to make a quick disclaimer about what we're doing here. So, yes, I am trying to make a rap song in 10 minutes, but you have to recognize this is not going to be radio quality. It's not going to be professional quality. It's going to be, I threw it together in 10 minutes. I kind of just want to make this video and say, okay, it's possible to, like, get to that point. Because I'm really trying to point a finger at lazily produced stuff and say, hey, if I could make something that's okay in 10 minutes, you have, years to put together an album. Why it does this lackluster? Yeah, I really just want to put that in emphasis because a big part of my musical ethos is I get really upset at artists who have all this money and all this time and a whole production crew, and it still ends up seeming lazy and uninspired. Like, music has a spectrum, right? There's a wide range of interests and desires that people have when they're trying to listen to something. So I get that. Okay, what I'm interested in is not going to be what you're interested in. But the most frustrating thing is when I'm okay. I got a new song, and it's just the rapper doesn't seem like he's trying. The beat is just half baked 808s. It's just like music is something you should really take pride in, and I just don't feel like they take pride in their work, and that is unbelievably frustrating for me as a person who spends all of my time making musical comedy. So I'm not a rapper. I'm a musical comedian. I make comedy songs. But I want to take a second to say, okay, if my layman, unexperienced, and in young mind can make something that's less than horrible, why can't they? Right? Why can't you go out there and do that? So I'm gonna try my best. Worst case scenario. Apologies for my words. I'll use samples, but I'm going to try to not use samples at first, at least, and throw something together that's kind of an original composition. I'm tripping on my words today. So I'm gonna start a timer here for 15 minutes. I know that's not what the title says. I want to give myself a little extra time just in case. 15 minutes, okay? And if I learn how to edit, I'll put it on the right side of the screen. I don't know if I know how to do that. I don't usually make YouTube videos like this. I'm an onstage kind of guy. I used to make Minecraft parodies, but that's another story for another day. I should probably get to it instead of ranting. Got some chocolate milk. That's how you know I'm locked in. Nice. Finish this up so I can go eat my dinner and watch anime. So, let's get started. So let's start that 15-minute timer. Got it on my phone. I will be pulling up my phone to write lyrics, but for the main part, I'm kind of thinking of something that I don't know. I just kind of wanna figure some things out here and see kind of what I want to get going. No. Mm-mm. So this basically most of the video is just me being like, no, no, because I'm not a music theory expert. I've been playing music for 10 years or so, but I'm not a music theorist, so I'm not very. It's not my point of expertise. I like that. I like that. Okay, okay, okay. That's what we'll use. Okay. Um, Apologize for any of the pauses. It's just a lot of very unproduced, very poorly made. Just me figuring things out. I'm usually dead silent when I make stuff. I just sit here for hours and just finger the keys. But see, Spy. This is why I should really learn how to play piano. But I'm not a piano expert. I know a little bit of like. I know a little bit, but I gotta stay on task. Gotta lock in. Okay, let's capture that. Now we need to make sure it's on time real quick. Didn't start on a measure start, so we gotta do it again. Okay, gotta love when that happens. Let me change it up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Okay, sweet. I just need to move this over to so I can get on the start of the measure. And wonderful. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, now I have a space to work with. We can start moving things around. This is the worst part of it. I'm probably gonna skip through this. This is the most like time consuming part of just like, okay, I know I'm not a pianist, so things are gonna be off time wise. Sorry if I'm speaking beside my mic, but things are gonna be off time wise because I'm not a pianist, so it's gonna be quite substantially off, and I need to obviously fix that. It is the most annoying part, but is also the most essential part because if I don't put everything on time, it's going to obviously sound quite poor. No. Mm-hmm. Pull that back, pull that back, pull that back, pull that back, pull that back. Pull that back, pull that forward, pull that back, pull that forward. Forward a little bit, back. Okay, I'm just eyeballing it for the first preliminary kind of look through, and then we'll do some more specifics once I get down to it. This is easier. The more right I make it, the easier it is for me to edit. Okay, the problem now is the duration of the notes. It's a little clippy, and I want to extend them a bit. Okay, so I do want to use this as a chance to add some differentiation between the notes. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time. It's a bit too much, so let's shrink this down. It's annoying because I can really only do this in one take. I wish I had more. Another thing is I wish I had more takes for this. It's like, oh, if I don't make it in time, I can do it again, but that would kind of ruin the authenticity of the exam. Perfect. Okay, so I'll be 1.5 is what we're going to want to do. Okay, let's go a little closer. Add 1 here, add 1 here, add here. Add 2. There we go. I do want to add, this would go infinitely faster if I had samples, and almost all musicians use samples, and that's not a bad thing. So samples are an amazing thing that work awesome for certain things. I'm gonna use it for drums. I'm gonna use the samples for drums because it just makes things so much faster when I can grab Cymatics, which amazing samples. If you ever want to be a producer, just go on Cymatics. They have MIDI. They have all kinds of fun stuff that is good for everybody. And you can one of the things I like about producing is you can reuse drum loops and no one knows. Especially for me as a comedy producer, no one is really in depthly looking at my beats, so you can just reuse drum loops. It doesn't matter. And you kind of just throw it in. Okay, let's see. Does this fit? Okay, so we're getting somewhere. You know what I mean? I really just want to put like, oh, I made this. You know, it took me, I don't know, 5 minutes to do that. You know. Something a little hard. That don't match. Got to be something a little slower. I think I was on the right track before. A little slower. So, okay. Let's throw these together. Nope, nope, that's bad. That sounds dumb. Let's throw these together. Makes sense. That sounds just say disformed. Let me check out something else. I'm not a big fan of how these are working out here. So let's try something else. No. Let's see here. The issue is the track's BPM is too slow. So I mean, I'm about to hit 10 minutes here, so it is tricky. And it will be a little bit of clickbait. I apologize. It'll be a little over 10 minutes. But I'm going to do my best to keep it as short as humanly possible here. So the quality of the 808 just isn't great. So we have to play around with it. I prefer to use Addictive Drums, which is my plugin for drums. It works a lot better. But I don't have the time to throw all that together. I really don't. So I can't necessarily put together something that I'm more proud of there. That was nice. So I like just okay, so it is starting to come together. So let's find a proper plugin so we can give this some extra juice, one could say. Let's hope Ableton doesn't crash. Okay, great. Likes to do that sometimes. I don't know if this is going to work. We can be some musical instrumentation experimentation. Ah! My ears. Of course. Hold on, friend. That's to my fancy. I don't know if that's to your guys' fancy, but I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to like it. Let's go. Let's pitch this down real quick. I'm gonna have to change the freaking. So the original concept for this video was in 10 minutes, but I might have to change it to 20 minutes, just so I'm not being a clickbaity meaty face. Let me real quick set an extra 10-minute because I violated my own rules. But we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Because I'm doing too well to quit. Obviously, as I said, this is not commercial quality. It's just not gonna be. It's not possible. We have to control the quality of the 808 because that is my biggest issue here. Is the 808 just does not sound very good because I'm using samples. It does not sound nearly as good as it could have if I would have designed my own drum part. But life is gonna be what life's gonna be. You do what you can. So we'll have to drive it down a bit. So, thinking of extra things I can add on. Let's kind of think here. You know what? Let's screw it. Screw it. Let's just start writing words. Okay, okay. So I use my phone. Start writing whatever comes to my merry mind. So. I'm probably gonna skip this part, or at least like. It's just gonna be like me sitting at my phone, just like. Okay, so let me real quick wrap this out of what, the first 15 lines or so that I've written. It took me about 6 or 7 minutes to do this. But I had to skip it because it was literally just me just sitting here like, no one wants to watch that. Okay, even for a video, I expect to get as much engagement as C-SPAN at 10 p.m. So here we go. Should I do more? I don't know if I should do more. I will do more if I'll do a couple more lines and then I'll call it quits because I am hungry. And the food's in the oven, and I got about 2 minutes left. So, and that would be about 25 minutes of total song making time. So I will do a little bit more. All right, that was about an extra 2 minutes of songwriting. So let's do the finished song that I wrote in 25 minutes or so. This video probably is very boring, but too bad. Okay. Editing Ryan here. I had to dub this over because every piece of audio I recorded, my voice was so quiet you couldn't hear. And also, the entire time, like, the beat it sounded bad. It sounded weird. Like, not because the production was bad, but because it was clipping. So I figured I would just dub it all over and it's gonna look weird. My mouth is gonna match up, but I'm just gonna dub the entire thing over, and we're gonna do it separately. Cool. Sitting at my desk, about to write some rhymes. Ableton Live got me thinking about pie. Drinking chocolate milk and my food's getting cold. Gonna ask a girl out, cause I'm getting bold. Always have to prove something that I was saying. I bet that's because I never be obeying. I keep on responding with what I'm giving. I never take the hate. That's driven, doing my best to spread my message. Music is a privilege, don't ever forget it. So many of us indie guys trying to find a spot. Some of these days I'd rather raise a tot. A tater tot that is, just throw it in the oven so I can get some food in my stomach instead of punish. Run around the world, wanna head to Japan. Calling Forrest Gump, gonna ask for Sergeant Dan. I'm fighting the bottle for rhymes. I'm trying to finish this song before I run out of time. Apologies if this was a bit boring. I try my best to sound like a rhyme that's roaring. Wrapping this up before it gets too late. I got anime to watch all night with my mates, so I'm gonna end here, right about here. Okay guys, wanted to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this in some capacities. Sorry about the dub over. Did what I had to do. Hope it was enjoyable in any capacity, and don't know if I proved anything, and it was a little over my time, but yeah, that was it. Remember, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out.